Hello, I'm David from edenmotorgroup, and this little gem is the Fiat 500e. Fiat first designed the 500 in 1957, with it going out production in 1975. And then in 2007, it came back. And much like the Mini revival, it was a massive hit. This, though, is the electric new one. It's been getting absolutely rave reviews, and I can't wait to see why. Let's get inside. So the basic specification of the car, you get 15-inch alloy wheels, you get automatic air conditioning, of course you get the standard power steering and electronic stability program and ABS as well. You get rear parking sensors, keyless go. You get a 7-inch digital gauge cluster inside right in front of me as opposed to your normal gauge cluster. You get just a smartphone cradle with the standard vehicle, but that is a genius idea. It means Fiat saves money on putting in expensive infotainment systems and things. So the standard vehicle comes in and around £20,000 for an electric car. I can see why that would be appealing. Again, on the standard car, you also get things like Fiat Emergency SOS, lane keep assist, autonomous emergency braking. You get traffic sign recognition. You also get all of the cables you need, and it can be charged on a 50 kilowatt rapid charger. The standard car gets around about 115 miles of range, which, if you are going around the city, is a absolutely phenomenal thing to have, because I mean you're always going to be using the brakes. There's always going to be charging points everywhere. It's just overall a good idea. And then comes the Fiat's party piece. Normally I don't deviate so much, but this is so impressive I thought I would. So at the moment we're coming up to a little road here, and for every car I've ever driven you need to do a 3 or more point turn. But this Fiat's turning circle is so good. Well, just watch this. Just driving in. Perfect, we'll stop here. And now we just put on full opposite lock. There we go. Go into drive. Go around. Brilliant. 1, 2, and we're now facing the proper way. In cities, that is going to be a game changer. Now, that's a lot to pack into the standard car. I think the city, the way that this thing corners is beggars belief. It's brilliant. But then, of course, there are a few more models. You have the Passion, which comes up next. It's also available with a bigger battery. That will add a different type of 15-inch alloy wheels. It'll add a 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system. It'll also have wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, DAB radio, cruise control, 50/50 split folding rear seats, and will bump the fast charge up to 85 kilowatts. So if you get on a 100 kilowatt hour charger, you can then plug it into that. It, of course, will only charge 85 kilowatt hours at a time, but that's still, in a small car like this, that's still fantastic. Oh, the steering, I just had to go with the steering for the first time. What a great little car. It handles so well. That bigger battery as well also gives you around 199 miles worth of range. but we'll get to the battery a little bit later. After the Passion, we move over to the Icon, which will give you slightly bigger wheels, 16-inch alloy wheels. It'll give you an eco leather steering wheel. It gives you passive entry and a wearable key, a 10.25-inch colour touchscreen display, and it gives you rain sensing wipers and of course satellite navigation. But then we move over to this one, which is La Prima. And normally I would keep driving, memorize it, and or read off a script, but I'm actually going to have to pick up my script, stop driving, to go through what this little car packs in it in this model. So you add 17-inch wheels, the LED headlights with the auto and high-low beam, so auto dipping lights. You get a dedicated kick plate, a flat monogram roof in the convertible, which is the one we've got here, or a fixed panoramic roof in the hatchback. You get 6-way adjustable front seats. You get an electrochromic rear view mirror. You get floor mats, co-driver with autonomous driving up to level 2, wireless mobile charging. That wireless charger, by the way, has a little cityscape on it. It looks gorgeous. You get drone view 360 parking, blind spot monitoring, and a reversing camera, plus all of the everything that you got before. Who knew that such a small car could fit in so much equipment? It has more equipment than the gym that I definitely haven't visited in a very long time. So the batteries, you get 115-mile range out of the standard car, but most of the 500s will come with their 199 range 42 kilowatt hour battery. This gives you just under 120 PS and makes it feel almost like a mini Abarth, because the torque is just, oop, there we go, we're gone. Okay, 20, 30, and slow down. I will never get bored of the way that this car accelerates. It's just great. Now, with a larger battery, you can charge it through a 100 kilowatt hour charger, but it'll only take 85 kilowatt hours of that fast charge. Not that that's a big deal, because of course, having a 42 kilowatt hour battery means that it's going to charge up pretty quick. On the fast charger, it can get from 0 to 80% in just 35 minutes. 35 minutes and you have around 160, 170 miles in your car. Now, it's not now as though 100 kilowatt hour rapid chargers are rare anymore. There's actually over 250,000 rapid chargers in the UK, and that number is growing. It's about 700 to 1,000 a month. And if you're in cities or towns, which is probably where you're going to be buying and driving this car, then you're going to be spoilt for choice. On a 7 kilowatt hour home charger though, this car will charge somewhere between 6 and 7 hours from 0 all the way up to 100% charged, which means that you'll always have all of the charge you'll ever really need. This car has also got something called one pedal driving. So if I lift my foot off the accelerator, it adjusts the regenerative braking and I can come to a complete stop. It's very odd sensation to get used to, but it is really good again for cities because it means you're getting the most out of your regen braking. Around a city, you can get up to 285 miles worth of range. Now, if you do live in a city or a town and you do about sort of 10 miles worth of driving a day, then that means you can go 30 days between charges. You can charge your car once a month, which is ridiculous. This also means, if you want to do the calculation, that you're in the region of around 1 to 2 pence per mile. 1 to 2 pence for a car that you have to drive. It is so close to free motoring, it's unbelievable. Now, this car really does shine on the road because it isn't just good in cities, it's good everywhere. And to prove that, we're going to go out for a drive. So let's flip the camera around and do a virtual test drive on the car. So let's get on to this little industrial estate. A perfect place to run around in the new Fiat 500. We've got loads of buttons on the steering wheel, loads of buttons on the dash over here. And of course, we've got ourselves a digital gauge cluster. Now this is the convertible version. And we'll definitely be opening that up in a minute to feel what it's like with a convertible. Actually, I want to test something. Can I do it? I can do it while driving. Fabulous. Look at that. That blue sky. So what I'm demonstrating to you right now is the party piece of the Fiat 500. It can nearly turn around in its own length. Look at this. You could never do this in any other car, I swear. Look at me go. Look at that turning circle. It's just unbelievable. You think we're gonna hit the curb over here, but nope, we're miles away. We got plenty of space. This turning circle is amazing. You might think that's all fun and games going around in circles, but in a city and getting in and out of car parks, that makes a world of difference. And of course, that's where this car belongs in the city. But if you do want to take it out on a stretch of road, you can have some serious fun, because it is so unbelievably chuckable. It just wants to go around corners. It's a great handling car. And then you sit down and start looking around. I know this is the top of the range version, but all of the fixtures and finish feel anti-Italian. They don't feel like the traditional Italian squeaky, rattly, it's gonna break. It all feels really well put together. There's no squeaks and rattles whatsoever. And as I've mentioned before, that's always key in an electric car because, of course, it's a lot quieter. I will never get bored of how this car handles. It is fabulous. Now, of course, over here, you've got all of your controls for your heating and that, and you can easily adjust them by pushing them there. We can get some more fan speed up, get myself cooler. You can lock, you've got the hazards over there as well. Everything about this car is stylish. So you've got this beautiful steering wheel, the outside being the light and the inside being the darker, the 500 logo here with another gloss black center in it. There's everything about this car oozes style, contemporary. Look, I can change all the stuff in my central gauge dial. There we go. We can go to trips, or we can go to vehicle settings. We can get a nice big speedo up and how we're driving. We can get an average consumption setting going and when we're charging. Look, the average consumption, as I've been hooning it around today, is 4.3 miles per kilowatt hour. Normally, in most electric cars, you'll get somewhere between 3 and 4, but I've been driving this fairly briskly, let's say, because of how fun it is to drive, and I've not been doing too much town and city stuff, and I'm still getting 4.3 miles per kilowatt hour. Brilliant. So that's everything you need to know about the Fiat 500. The car has got a lot to it, so if you want to know more, don't forget to give us a ring on the number on screen right now. Or, of course, you can send us an email. Thank you very much for watching.
One last thing. When you purchase your brand new electric vehicle from Eden Motor Group, make sure to quote Eden EV1 at the point of purchase, and you can have your first service on us. Offer ends 1st of April 2022. Thank you very much for watching.